Okay. I got on again. I want to talk about the differences between the Apostolic Mandate, the Episcopal Consecrations in 1988 versus those of the 2026. Because one of the gripes I've been seeing online is that in the 2026 Episcopal Consecrations in Econ, Switzerland, the Apostolic Mandate was read. Do you have the Apostolic Mandate? He's Actually, they didn't say I do habemos. They did not say yes, we have it. They just skipped straight to their made up mandate. One of the gripes online I'm seeing is the fact that they made one up, and some people have also even call it a public service announcement or whatever. So I think it's interesting. I want to kind of dig into that, but then it kind of also made me think, well, what did they do in 1988? So I looked it up, and you can go on SSPX's website. They have it on there. The Apostolic Mandate that they read in 1988, and I just want to look at the differences between the two. So first off, I want to look at the 1988 ones. It's actually rather short, but basically, this is off the SSPX website. But yeah, do you have the Apostolic Mandate? We have it. Let it be said. We have this mandate from the Roman Church. Okay, first off, we have a mandate from the Roman Church that claims, always faithful to the Holy Tradition, which she has received from the Holy Apostles. This Holy Tradition is a deposit of faith, which the Church orders us to faithfully transmit to all men for the salvation of their souls. Since the Second Vatican Council until this day, the authorities of the Roman Church are animated by the spirit of modernism. They have acted contrary to the Holy Tradition. They cannot bear sound doctrine. They turned their ears from the truth and followed fables, says St. Paul in his second epistle to Timothy. This is why we reckon of no value all the penalties and all the censures inflicted by these authorities. As for me, I am offered up in sacrifice, and the moment for my departure has arrived. I had the call of souls who ask for the bread of life, who is Christ, to be broken for them. I have pity upon the crowd. It is for me, therefore, a grave obligation to transmit the grace of my episcopacy to these dear priests here present, in order that in turn they may confer the grace of the priesthood on other numerous and holy clerics instructed in the holy traditions of the Catholic Church. It is by this mandate of the Holy Roman Catholic Church, Semper Fidelis, then that we elect to the rank of bishop in the Holy Roman Church the priests here present as auxiliaries. It's a little a, auxiliaries. Auxiliaries of the priestly society of St. Pius X, Father Bernard Tissier de Mallory, Father Richard Williamson, Father Alfonso Galarreta, Father Bernard Felle. It's kind of short compared to the other one. I don't actually see any problem. I mean, I was looking, I was like, oh, surely I'll see some like problem with it. I don't know. I don't think I see a problem with it. But yeah, the Second Vatican Council, animated by the spirit of modernism. Who can disagree with that? I mean, am I right? Every day they act contradictory. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not here to argue for the 88 consecrations. I've done the research already, but that's what their so-called mandate, their apostolic mandate that they presented there. I remember saying in a previous video that it would have been better if they had omitted the papal mandate altogether, since they don't have a papal mandate. That was kind of the whole point. Technically, I think it's still valid without the papal mandate, but they decided to go with it. This one is short and sweet. Also, I kind of want to skim through. I know everybody's read it a million times. If you're watching this, you've read it a million times because you've been on Twitter or whatever, Zitter, whatever the credit's called. I'm gonna look at it anyway. Is it this one? Schlitzenflickens. Where was that here? Oh, wow. Goodness, can I make this bigger, please? Can't scroll through it either. Man, I guess I need to figure out how to work this. In any case, hopefully this is, you can see this. You can see that I'm scrolling through here. This is the new one. This is the 2026 Apostolic Mandate. Here we are on SSPX News. I kind of don't want to read this whole thing. It's a little bit longer. Maybe I'll just read it. Abetismandatum Apostolicum is a Catholic and Roman Church, always faithful to the holy traditions, entirely exceptional circumstances, demands that we provide for the upholding these traditions, the deposit of faith. We take the necessary means to transmit them faithfully to all men for the salvation of souls. The salvation of souls and the glory of God. Those are the two highest things, basically, that you could act for. Anyway, moving on. From the Second Vatican Council up to now, the authorities have been animated by a spirit that is contrary to that of the faith, and have been acted against holy tradition. They will no longer endure sound doctrine, turning away their hearing from the truth and turning towards fables, as St. Paul says to Timothy in his second epistle. Therefore, for just minor note here, I don't disagree with that, honestly. I don't know. A lot of people gripe about that, like, oh, they're saying that. I mean, are you stupid? I mean, I'm sorry, but that's not false. It's sad, but true. Anyway, moving on. Therefore, before God, we consider it as sacred duty towards Holy Church and towards souls to proceed with the consecration of bishops who are entirely faithful to her holy tradition, to her conduct magisterium. Moreover, everywhere in the world, we hear souls beseeching us that by the preaching of the truth and the administration of the sacraments, the bread of life, which is Christ, might be given to them. That is why, out of compassion for this multitude, we have the most serious duty to transmit the grace of the episcopate to these dear priests, so that they themselves might confer the grace of the priesthood on many clerics, formed according to the holy traditions of the Catholic Church. And we consider that every punishment and censure brought to bear against this step will have no validity. Following this pressing demand of the always faithful Roman and Catholic Church, we choose these 4 priests here present as auxiliary, once again, little a, auxiliary bishops of the Priestly Society of St. Pius X, with the one and only purpose of serving the Holy Roman Church. Father Pascal Schreiber, Father Michael Goldati, Father Michael Poinsonet, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Father Mark Hanapier. And yeah, actually comparing the two side by side, they're kind of similar. You know, I'm surprised that Dr. Taylor Marshall has actually argued in favor of the 88 consecrations in his past. And yet with these 2026 consecrations, his biggest gripe was, one of his 3 main gripes was about this scripted papal mandate, so-called apostolic mandate, so-called. I don't know. It doesn't differ too much, too significantly. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. It doesn't seem to me to differ too much from the 1988 apostolic mandate that they came up with. And in fact, it's probably slightly better, because at least when they were asked, do you have the apostolic mandate, they didn't bother to say, yes, we have it. In the 88 consecrations, they responded, habemus, we have it. In the 2026 consecrations, they didn't answer that at all. They just, bloop, here it is. So yeah, that's interesting. As far as the church being animated by a spirit contrary to the truth, I just don't find any problems with that. I'm trying really hard to be like, well, that's technically wrong, and that you can't say that. How can you not say that? Anyway, I'm not trying to flagship the SSPX. I'm just saying, I just wanted to compare. That's all it was. Short video. I just wanted to compare the 2 apostolic mandates because, I don't know. I felt like it was important. That's about it. I actually ran out of snuff. I need to run to the gas station to get some more, or I just need to give it up. Either way. So I'm just going to cut the video short. But yeah, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to talk about apostolic mandates.